What's going on, y'all? So listen.
Down in the valley where the girls get naked. Let me tell you something. That's one of the best intros that we got to a show, like one of these new shows, especially coming through, because it's so freaking catchy and everything. And it just goes, okay. But this, if you haven't know or don't realize, after that, this is P Valley season 1, episode 4, the Trap review, okay. And let me just tell you this. It was another good episode. I literally just got through with it, and I'm still stuck on some parts of it that really just had my mind just going, whoa. Okay, this episode, we started off with Mississippi. She with this one particular customer who just sits there and he's not tipping, he's not putting out no money, but he's talking cash shit about all the stuff, how he feel about these women being up in his club and feeling like they degrading themselves, and it's like giving money to a homeless man. Why would you give him $1 million and he just ain't gonna do nothing with it and ain't gonna turn a profit or whatever, and some stuff like that. And I'm just sitting here like, why are you here if you have such a problem with them doing what they're doing? Okay, Mercedes had to come over there and say the day, call Tim Freckles or whatever, and she was like, you probably ain't even got no money. Oh, I got money. I can spend the money and all this stuff. And it was like, then why won't you say something? Why are you in this club doing the stuff that you're doing? And let me tell you something, Mercedes is good, okay, because she comes through with the clutch, and she knows how to keep it calm, cool, and collected, and tell a person about themselves. So I was here for this whole movement, At this point, he's still talking about how the women degraded themselves and he don't want to see them like this. And once again, I'm like, why are you there? Mercedes had to pull his card and be like, you always here, and you here right now because you can't get into no puss right about now. And it's on a weeknight at that. Come on, you ain't there just to be talking mess or whatever. You gonna be back here and all this stuff. And then at this point, she was like, if you got money, give her the money right now. Give her the money, Freckles, okay? Because that's what we want from you. You didn't took up her time, so you better pay her for her time. And then at first he wasn't trying to do it, but then he pulled out the money. He had a little stack and he threw it on the floor at her. Mercedes said, pick it up. Pick it up and you hand it to her. Mississippi, bless her heart, she don't want no drama. She was just like, she's very timid to me, if you ask me. And it's probably because she be at home getting her ass beat. And baby, when I sent the preview about who her baby daddy is, I said, you gonna let that white girl, you gonna let him put his hands on you? Girl, Christian, you better take one of your goddamn shoes and bust him in his head with it, and tell him about stuff. You ain't got no cousins. You ain't got no big cousins or whatever. You ain't got no nigga cousins, because everybody got cousins. Every black person got a thug out cousin in their family, okay? I'm Christian, you look like you got at least 5, okay? You mean to tell me you probably ain't got no brothers, but you got cousins that got a record, okay? Stop that. Stop that. Or that know how to throw hands, the record. But anyway, so at this point, Krishan just like, aka Mississippi, she was just like, just let it go, let so and so pick it up or whatever. Girl, Mercedes was like, no, we ain't finna have that. This motherfucker finna pick this thing up. Girl, out of nowhere, old boy got a little rough with his talk or whatever and stood up. And then Diamond came and swooped in. I said, Diamond, where you come from? Diamond said, pick it up and give it to her. It was like, man, I ain't finna do nothing. You better get up out my face. What you gonna do, huh? Diamond stood there and looked at his ass and let him talk his talk. Next thing you know, Diamond choked him up. I said, oh, oh, Diamond. Okay. I was Mercedes. Mercedes was sitting there smiling, eating that chicken wing. Okay, I said, listen, I don't know what it is, but girl, Tyler, you didn't got fine on this show. I don't know. Maybe because you playing a little bad boy with a little bit of authority and look like you got some sense on this show. Girl, I don't know what it is, y'all. I don't know what it is. And y'all know I don't even go for the light skins like that or whatever. And, let me tell you something. It's a good thing that I am gay in the mug, okay? I know it just sounded like I was, but I can appreciate a fine looking man or whatever. And he is one. I'ma say it each and every time he pop up on the scene, because that did something to me. I said, woo, you like to play games, Diamond. I know you do, okay? Choke me too. No, let me stop. Let me bird out. I haven't had a bird moment in a long time. Don't Let me have my moment. Okay. Moving on from that, he get the money and he throw it over there to her. He hand it to her, whatever. Um, we get this whole scene with what's her face? Autumn, aka Haley. Haley up in her house, her little shack of a place, and she up here, taking that $9,000 that she had or whatever, all the money that she had. She filled the tub up with some alcohol and some water to make it seem like, I was like, what is going on? And then she's drying it out. I said, girl, you laundering money? Who you laundering money for? What's happening? You washing the money? Girl, she taking it to the bank to deposit it in her account and trying to make it seem like this is the money that she made from the paint. So that's why she put it up there, making it seem like to make it seem like it's legit and it smells like a strip club and it's just not regular money without them asking where you get it from and these are too clean of a bills or whatever. That's what I'm assuming. And then the person that's doing her deposit or whatever, she was like, you know how it is, a customer wasted some beer on my stuff or whatever. And you know how it could be down at the bank. She was like, don't me and my husband know it? With an attitude and everything. I said, oh, so your husband been frequenting down there, huh? That's why you mad. Girl, when they gave her that, she gave her that deposit slip. It said Lakeisha Savage. She got a bank account open in this girl's name, Lakeisha Savage, that she's been doing. And it said $28,675.20. I said, excuse me? Excuse me? Adam, what are you doing? What type of scheme, Lakeisha? I should say, Lakeisha, baby, what you doing? I said, what? Let me in on it. And throughout the episode, we seen that she made at least 3 of these transactions where she's going to the telex company, transaction, getting a wire transfer of $9,000 each time, and she's going to pick them up. And she got her little old ass hoopty and everything. Mind you, I'm just sitting here like, girl, what is the scheme? So 28 plus 9, I don't know how to do the math right now, okay? I don't feel like doing it. It's after 12 o'clock. It's almost 1. You know what I'm saying? She's sitting on some money, okay? That's almost like $50,000 that she got plus. I'm sitting here like, girl, if you want to keep on adding it up like that. I said, Adam, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, we get to Mercedes. She's up in the little place that she's supposed to be buying. That's supposed to be her gym for the girls. And she's talking to the realtor who's, trying to sell the stuff to her. And she thinking that she trying to make some, because she was talking about, she had a little flashback of what she thought, or a little dream of, as she was saying it, we see the girls in their uniforms and they're doing their dance or whatever, practicing inside the little gym and all that. And, we see the trophy case. And, then we hear Mercedes say, this is right here where I'm going to put my trophy case at. And, at this point, the realtor thinking that she's going to open up like a barbecue spot or something like that. And she was like, no, that's not what I'm going to open up. I'm opening up this gym for my girls, dance team and all this stuff. And the realtor has some good points, and it's understandable because you want your business and what you sell to turn a profit. And she's thinking on her end like, well, you putting out something that's not going to have a return on the investment, okay? How is it that this is going to make money? What is the real product here? There is no real product, okay? You teaching these girls how to dance, but okay, and what else is going to be happening up in here that's going to actually bring in some money? And, Mercedes have to calm her nerves a little bit because the old girl was like, this seems like a risk, okay? And so at this point, Mercedes was like, she's doing a subscription-based type of situation. She already got 20 girls, charging. If she get this gym, it's going to pay for the mortgage and everything, going to pay for itself with the subscription / monthly fees that they have to pay for each month. She was like, I already got 20 girls. I open up this gym. It's going to be bigger, get more girls. And then you charge the $200 a head, each month. That's going to turn a profit or whatever. I said, okay, Miss Coach Diane, to bring it on. That's what she was giving me. She was giving me, hey, bring it on. Hey, bring it down up in Mississippi too. Jackson, Mississippi. Girl, all right. They try to be competition. But anyway, the Dancing Dolls. But anyway, is that show coming back on? Moving on from that. So, she was like, well, if you ask me, if you're gonna do the subscription type of thing, you should charge $250 a head. Get them, charge them for success and all that stuff and dreams and all that stuff. That's what you need to do. But if you're really serious about this, I need a deposit down on it by tomorrow. And she was like, by tomorrow, for real? And she was like, yes, I'm dead ass serious. Okay, mind you, it's supposed to be Mercedes' last dance coming up. Okay, I believe it's gonna be that morning. That night. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. But at this point, we see her mama going to the bank, and she's in the car, and she's singing the gospel and all that stuff. Did y'all see that video of Andre "Don't Call Me Sis, I'm Delivered" Caldwell fighting that white man with the church music playing in the background? And then him going into a little praise then. Girl, y'all gotta see it with his cornrows. I'm sorry. You gotta see the stuff. But Patrice was up in that car in the bank, drive through, and at this point, she's singing to the gospel or whatever. She waiting for the check to come down. She actually had Mercedes money. And as she was singing, some bum, or I should say homeless man, come up to her and was like giving her some money for her voice and all that stuff, saying, wherever you at, I'll come and see you every Sunday and all that stuff. And she was like, oh, you don't have to do that or whatever. And once again, just like when the pastor was talking to her and pulled that feather out her eye, she also had another one in her eye. And so at this point, she's taking this, and she turned around and she looks, the guy is gone. She's taking this as a sign from God. The check comes down and she closing out the account, and she's looking at it as $20,000+, okay? A little over $20,000. And I was like, Miss Patrice about to do something messed up with this money. And I just don't know what it is, but she about to do something messed up with this money. Give Mercedes her money. Mind you, Mercedes has been calling her off and on all day. And it's going, letting it ring, and then go to voicemail. I said, Patrice, you ain't shit. You ain't shit, because I can already see that she about to do some messed up stuff. Meanwhile, you got Gidget up here trying to teach Autumn how to do the pole work. Okay, she was like, girl, I ain't got that upper body strength. Girl, it ain't about upper body strength. You gotta move your whole body and all this stuff. I said, Gidget, you get your ass up there and you go around that pole and make it look easy. It is about upper body strength too, okay? My arms hurt just looking at you, okay, girl? And then Mississippi coming there looking for somebody to help with her baby or whatever. Clifford comes up in there talking to them, and because they was looking for Uncle Clifford and all that stuff. And so they finally come up in there, and because they was about to go to the store or something, and she wanted somebody to watch the baby. And so Clifford said, no, watch your own baby and all that stuff. And then they was talking about how her and Gidget about to be a duo, but they are teaching Autumn trying to do the stuff. And they're going to be salt and pepper. Next thing you know, Clifford said, September, October, come to my office. I need to talk to you. I said, why he called that girl September, October? But he have her up in the office to talk to her some more stuff about Andre, and basically, the fact that he not getting, or I should say, she's not getting a part of this whole deal with this Paradise Casino, and she wants her to do some more work, get involved more with Andre. And of course, Autumn does not want to get involved with Andre anymore. She feels like he's corny as hell, for the simple fact that, she saw that he had pictures of her on a laptop, and Clifford was like, girl, you ain't special, your pussy ain't all that. Okay, listen, he got pictures of me on his laptop too, so what are you talking about? What you need to do is you need to get do whatever you have to do to go ahead and get some more information out of him. And so, we see Andre with the mayor, his goddaddy, okay, talking to one of these men, white men that's on the board or whatever, trying to convince him about the casino placement, and needing a casino have to be at a waterfront, and the pink is a good spot, and doing all this stuff or whatever. And so at this point, everything is going good, talking about they getting the property, the cow's about to sign over the property for that, but they got one particular issue, and that's with the paint. The fact that Clifford has found out about it, they probably need to give her some incentive to get out of the pink, or just calm down or whatever from starting stuff with their business, because technically the Pink is about to go into foreclosure because she can't come up with that $55,000. The mayor is getting pissed off because the mayor is sitting there like, why did you have to even bring this up? And at this point, the mayor is going to do something, as he tells old boy on the screen. He's going to do something because he works in the office or whatever to further along this foreclosure. After old boy said, put it up on the auction block. I said, wait a minute. Me and the mayor popped up and said, hold up. And then it was like, wait a minute. I'm not saying it like that. I said, you're a white man and you talking about auctioning off a black man stuff. No, we don't use those type of words. And I get where they was coming from. And then this is the Deep South. But, they got to do what they got to do so that they can get this Promised Land casino up. And of course, once they get out, after he called his assistants a bitch, I said, oh, you just rude as all heck. He comes down Andre's throat about everything that was going on. Like, why did you have to say something? And Andre wasn't understanding it, thinking that he just was doing the right thing. But at this point, the mayor is just a little bit pissed off. Okay, he got 2 weeks to get this whole stuff done, and it's just a lot. They got to deal with the cows. You got to deal with Corbin, who want to lease the stuff. You got to deal with Clifford, who wants a part of it and wants to pimp the Pink to be a part of the whole thing and not tear down or whatever. And it's just a lot, okay? And he wanted him to stop going down there to the Pink because he was like, it's a lot of loose lips down there, all right? And sure enough, when he was talking about that, what wound up happening, girl, we here up in Krishan, aka Mississippi, and Gidget, they up in there talking. Girl, Krishan gonna tell Gidget that girl, I heard that when I was up there, doing my thing, playing dead or whatever, and Clifford was up in there talking to one of Adam's little old dips or whatever, talking about that the building is in trouble or whatever. They trying to tear down the Pink and Brad's casino and all that stuff. Girl, I said, what? Why you gotta tell the business? Okay, why you gotta tell the business? Can't nobody keep nothing to themselves. Then we see this whole scene with Patrice at the altar. Girl, Patrice was at church service. Okay, Patrice said, I am going to take advantage of this moment. And what this moment is, I'm about to sing. I'm about to put this whole church into praise or whatever. I'm about to get them to donate, and I'm about to show the pastor, show the pastor what I mean when I can preach up in here, okay? Women are allowed to preach up in here, and that she can do it. She was taking over. The pastor was getting pissed off to the point that he had to grab her and take her to the back and basically tell her about herself. And that just gave her more, incentives, like she's getting this calling from God. And I knew that she was going to use this as her motivating force. It's like, give me a sign. You had that one sign with the homeless man that you thought was a homeless man coming up to you, the feather in your eye. And then this is the third one with the pastor coming at you, basically trying to say, ain't no place for a woman being a pastor in a church, at least not in his church. So that's giving her all the motivation to keep that money. I said she gonna cut the money. She about to mess up that money. Meanwhile, Mercedes up in the VIP room with her coach, okay, with Mr. Coach, and he gives her a necklace. Okay, imagine he married. He keep on giving her all these sweet nothings. Girl, I would have been a sad bitch. Okay, listen. He keep on talking about how he gonna take care of her. He'll do more for her and all this stuff. I'm just like, girl, Coach, stop playing. Okay, go home to your wife. Don't, because one day I might just take you up on that offer. Okay. Meanwhile, Clifford found out that Gidget, they didn't know about, this whole casino thing, and the Pink might not be standing up and he about to lose the Pink. Meanwhile, Mercedes come up in there and she was like, what y'all all said for or whatever, and was like, oh, y'all talking about the Pink. Clifford will be alright. She just got to pay this little stuff off, and they talking about two totally different things at this point. Mercedes talking about the money that he owed. Krishan and them talking about the fact that the Pink is about to be probably demolished and taken away from Clifford so that they can build this Promised Land casino. And it's just a mess at this point. I said they playing telephone tree with Clifford's money, business. Meanwhile, Mercedes get into it with Krishan and Gidget, trying to, thinking they basically was trying to tell her, like, you think you all that and all this shit because, it ain't her problem no more about the pink or whatever because this is going to be her last dance and, boo, 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 boo. And they was like, girl, you think it ain't good enough for you? Well, listen, the pink is good enough for me. I said, Gidget, if this is good enough for you being a dancer at a stripper, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with being a stripper, but if that's your end goal or whatever, you need to have some more goals, okay? You need to have some more goals, okay? And she got upset because, Mercedes kind of called down and said, I bet you your mammy ain't say, shit like that or whatever. And so now she in her feelings. So meanwhile, Adam meet up with Andre, trying to apologize and say that, I saw you had pictures on my of me on your computer and all this stuff or whatever. And, she was trying to see why was he mad, bitch, you married and you doing all this stuff. It was like, I thought you said you wanted to make a difference. It was like, I can't make a difference, but I can make a change and all this stuff, just small or whatever. And at this point, he was like, I really was about to jeopardize my whole career in this situation for a stripper. What you need to do is you need to go home to your child and quit being out here fighting and bobbing around. Mind you, this is triggering her at this point. We don't know what's going on with Autumn and her child. We just know that she has pictures of her child on the phone and it keeps flashing back, and we still don't get no indication of what's going on. Now, she snaps on him and saying fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, until next thing you know, Andre is trying to console her. She wakes up in his bed and she winds up explaining to him that she doesn't have a daughter no more. She doesn't have a child no more, or something like that. Her child is not here no more. And I'm sitting here like, what happened to the baby? Okay, that's what I want to know. What happened to the baby? Now, last week or whatever, one of those flashbacks that she had blood on her shirt and the baby was in the car. So I'm thinking, did the baby get hurt or something? Like, what's going on? So that was that. Okay. Meanwhile, it's Mercedes' last dance, right? And so the big night is finally here. You got Lil Murda coming up there with his friend Pico, trying to get in, and Diamond stopping him, but Clifford coming out there saying it's cool, let him in, let him in. Okay. And so at this point, Mercedes is coming up and she's seeing Autumn and talking mess about Autumn or whatever. She get to the back and everybody giving her fever, not paying her no attention, just giving her the cold shoulder, especially Gidget. Gidget is in her feelings for another reason because, her and Mercedes kind of got into it and Mercedes kind of hurt her feelings earlier. But, she opens up her locker and it's all these photos of the girls together or whatever and making her cry. And they turned around and they got her bedazzled bustier out, stripping uniform, and they all there for her. It was cute. They was helping her get ready, and Gidget's still in her feelings. And at this point, Mississippi thinking about her life and whether or not Freckles was right about what he said, and then it's time for Mercedes to go ahead and do what she do, but it's coming up on that time, I should say. Lil Murda then got to DJ Never Scared, and trying to get Mercedes to dance, have her main dance that she do be to his record. DJ Never Scared is like, listen, I ain't trying to do that. He was like, quit being a punk, okay? Come on, let's just do it. Meanwhile, Mercedes come out, she walking through the club, greeting everybody. Next thing you know, we see Maine over there. I said, what? Maine, he got off of house arrest. He said, listen, I told you I was gonna put a fat nigga on have him on a bracelet, while I'm out here chilling. Mind you, Maine is somebody big. I said, like he the nigga in the neighborhood because he had a nigga standing up on the side of him. He had one standing on the side, sitting on the side of him, like bodyguards, and he was up in VIP and everything. And he was just giving Mercedes prop. I wish they just go ahead and hook that up. That's what you need to go ahead and get with, okay? Because I kind of see it. I kind of dig it. Meanwhile, Lil Murda come over there trying to speak to Mercedes or whatever, I guess to tell her about the record or whatever. And Maine just automatically like, what you over here doing, little punk? Okay, what you over here doing, little punk? And I said, Maine, I know you've been in jail or whatever, but calm down. I think Maine just snapped off a little bit. He overreacted or whatever. Lil Murda wasn't trying to do nothing. He ain't had to come for Lil Murda throat the way that he did. Like, he really came for his jugular. Okay. Meanwhile, Patrice is getting out the car and she steps on one of the flyers that she had, one of the Mercedes flyers. Mercedes go in the back and give that little chain that the coach gave her to Big L. And her and Clifford had a moment, okay, telling her, she was like, "You need me to stay? You need me to stay?" Because she was like, "Is this your last day? This your last day?" I was like, "Do you really need me to stay?" I was like, "No, what I need you to do is turn around and let me see that ass. That's the only way that I want to remember you." Okay. And she walked out. She was crying or whatever, a little bit, trying to choke it up. Then she get back up into the dressing room because she got a phone call from her mom. And she was like, "Don't come down here, mom, to the strip club. I'll meet you at the Kroger or something or whatever." No, I think it was from the realtor. That's who it was, okay? And she was trying to meet up with her, whatever. Her and Adam get into it. Adam, what is your problem now? Okay, now I know Mercedes was being a bitch to you, but now Adam is taunting her like, when you leave that locker gonna be open or whatever. And Mercedes was like, "That's the lockers of the OGs, okay? The OGs get the biggest lockers or whatever because they gotta earn it and all this shit." They going back and forth or whatever. And I'm just like, y'all need to calm this down. And Mercedes, you shouldn't even care because you about to leave, right? Right? At this point in time, Mercedes ain't going nowhere. She hurry up and rush out. Lil Murda friend sitting there in the audience. He looking at Maine or whatever, and he looked like he hopped up on some stuff. I'm like, why you so pissed off at everything? Calm down. He was doing way too much. Next thing you know, he was like, "I don't like them. I'm trying to make you seem like a punk. Like everybody, that's what I heard. You out here being a punk and stuff or whatever." Girl, the light flicking because it's raining outside. And next thing you know, Lil Murda got offended because he tried, it kind of implied that, he kind of knows some tea about Lil Murda. Okay, probably his little down low activities, calling him a punk and all that stuff and saying that's what everybody else is saying. So at this point, Lil Murda is like, "What? What?" Next thing you know, he started fighting old boy. Okay, until both of them get thrown out. Baby, Mercedes pulled up to the gym and it's the realtor. And she was like, "Listen, I'm trying to get the money. My mama's supposed to give me the money tonight. Just give me a second or whatever." And she was like, "I'm sorry, somebody else done already put a bid in and it's sold." And she was like, "Come on, just give me a second." She was like, "No, I just got to get my mama." And next thing you know, Patrice comes out the building. She was like, "Mama?" The realtor said, "That's your mama?" "Oh, I'm out of here." I would have been a realtor too. Girl, what comes to find out, Patrice bitch ass. She is the worst of the worst. You want to look your nose down on your daughter because of what she's doing, and you literally stole. You literally stole money. You are holier than thou. You want to be um this pastor and you want to so-called go by the Bible. Did you hear when she was up in the when she was up in the line and they was blowing the horn? She said, "Now you have a blessed fucking day, bitch." I said, wait a minute. All of this Christian stuff went out the window and you up here committing sin too by stealing her money. You literally stole from her to buy the same property that she was trying to buy. And then not only did you do that, talking about something you about to turn into your church, okay? Mercedes got pissed the fuck off and she put hands on her mama. And at this particular point, I wouldn't be here for that stuff, but Patrice had that shit coming for her. She had that shit coming. So at this point, she was just wrong. Patrice been egging on that ass whooping. It's been coming. They at the club and people pissed off and ready for Mercedes. Mercedes not there. The other girls trying to wonder where she at. They scared and all this stuff. And now they got to get somebody else to come out there. Mississippi said, "I do it." She finally got the nerves up to do it. And when I tell you Mississippi did that thing, Mississippi did the damn thing. And then she did it to Lil Murda's song. Didn't know that it was Lil Murda's song. Lil Murda was sitting outside and he was like smoking a cigarette and he heard the music and he was like, "That's my song. That's my song. That's my motherfucking song. That's my song." I said, "Are you crying?" I understand he was so happy or whatever because they kept it playing. They didn't shut it off for nothing. So, he was in his feelings. He was emotional and everything, whatever. Next thing you know, Clifford come out there talking to him, and he was like, listen, let me tell you something. This song is about you. I said, what? Me and Clifford was like, what? And he was like, it's about you. He was like, then show me. Next thing you know, they going up into his to Clifford office and whatever. And at this point, they kissing. He done turned Clifford around, then pulled down them pants because he was already wearing some chaps, okay, some assless chaps or whatever. Ripped that shit open or whatever. I said, go ahead and get it in. Clifford said, wait a minute, so you think you just gonna dive up into me? Girl, Lil Murda pulled out that condom and said, nah, baby, I got it. Baby, start fucking her right there. I said, you better do what you gotta do. And that the only thing that disgusted me about this whole scene was when Lil Murda used spit as lube. I said, oh my God. Okay, that was just a little bit much. I hate when I see that in porn too. When they look, don't spit on my shit. Okay, don't do that. I mean, I'm already gonna be slobbing on it, but still don't. It's just the act of the just actually seeing the spit come. Too much information. Okay, don't do that. Anyway, Lil Murda was getting it in. Mississippi was doing her thing. She did the bomb thing. Next thing you know, we see Mercedes and her mama getting arrested. I said, ain't this about a bitch? But that was P Valley, another bomb ass episode. You guys tell me how you feel about it, and I will see you guys later. Peace.